Have you heard of this thing, birds aren't real?
Oh, yeah.
They're drones.
Yeah.
The government killed all the birds. I don't know how you do that. Actually, Mao did that.
He killed all the birds?
Mao didn't like, I think it was sparrows. So or starlings maybe. So he had people go on rooftops and just bang pots and pans and trees with ladders. And so the birds had no place to land, and eventually they died of exhaustion. So go to birdsaren'treal.com. So the hypothesis here is that we killed all the birds, and now they're government drones. I can't tell how ironic these people are being. Now here's the problem with this theory. A perfect working pigeon drone that has never fallen down ever and exposed itself as a computer, I'm going to say is about $800,000 each if it can relay footage. And we all have cameras in our homes, or at least anyone on the right who's a public figure. The images you get back on these $1,000 cameras are grainy, frustrating, especially at night. You see the NYPD blotter where they have pictures. Sometimes, like a bodega, if it's a sunny day out, they'll get the guy and you can see his face perfectly. And he's like, "Hi, I'm here." Sometimes, if it's dark or anything, it's just like a blob. And it'll be in the New York Post. They'll go, "Check it out. Have you seen this guy?" I don't know. It could be me. But a pigeon in the sky? Imagine the shit images you're getting. Here's some proof, 2-1. They've been pushing this a lot. I would say 50% of the birds aren't real movement are just kidding. This is proof. A seagull riding a seagull. I'm sorry, birds ride other birds all the time.
Really?
Yeah. You know what? A hawk will sometimes get on an eagle to attack him. And what the eagle does is he'll just go so far up that the hawk can't handle it and he'll fall off and die. That's what they do. So that's not proof. But here's a major problem with the theory. This. Look at the January 6th meandering. They caught everyone. You know why? Because they triangulated their phone. This is likely recording me right now. We have Alexas in our homes recording our every move. We look at our computer with a camera facing us. You'll notice when Zuckerberg shows, when you get to see his computer, he's got Post-it note tape on his camera, preventing you from seeing his camera. I mean, preventing his camera from seeing him. Yeah, there you go. A little bit of black tape there.
I think he's a drone. But
so the government doesn't need to spend money on drones. You have GPS in your car tracking you everywhere you go. I have all these tile things for my keys, my wallet, and my laptop following me everywhere I go. My car has a GPS that's following me everywhere I go. And The Guardian, I cannot believe The Guardian actually did journalism for once. The Guardian has discovered that the Israeli Secret Service has been spying on journalists through their phones, not through overly priced pigeons. Human rights activists, journalists, and lawyers across the world have been targeted by authoritarian governments using hacking software sold by the Israeli surveillance company NSO Group, according to an investigation into a massive data leak. Now, I can support Israel and also say this is fucked up and evil. There was one of the journalists who was surveyed, and he was killed shortly after someone bought this software. So they sold it to someone without, this isn't the CIA or the FBI, not that they're much more ethical. And it was used to track down a Mexican journalist who was then killed, probably by the cartels. The investigation by The Guardian and 16 other media organizations suggests widespread and continuing abuse of NSO's hacking spyware, Pegasus, which the company insists is only intended for use against criminals and terrorists. Pegasus is a malware that infects iPhones and Android devices to enable operators of the tool to extract messages, photos, and emails, record calls, and secretly activate microphones. Why use a bird? So go in that article and see if you can find the Mexican. That was the most disturbing part of the whole thing. A phone number of a freelance Mexican reporter, Cecilio Pineda Berto, was found in the list, apparently of interest to a Mexican client in the weeks leading up to his murder, when his killers were able to locate him at a car wash. His phone has never been found, so no forensic analysis has been possible to establish whether it was infected. They've already got us, folks. Don't you think it's kind of weird? I don't know about you, but I use texts, my normal text, for things like, we need toilet paper, to my wife. Everything else is encrypted apps. And does it feel right to be going through your encrypted apps? Like when you wake up, you're going through all these, I won't say their names, but all these different apps that wipe themselves clean all the time. And you're speaking to your lawyer in emojis. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Doesn't that seem like something you'd do in Russia? One of the few people to get this and be getting good at it, if you will, is fucking Ashton Kutcher. Who knew? He was interviewed recently talking about social media and crack pipe screen culture and totally nailed it beautifully. I was stunned to see this, but I guess himbos can be right occasionally.
Only use technology in public places in the house. So if they want to be on their iPad doing a learning game or whatever that might be, it's only in the living room. They don't get to take technology into their bedrooms or into any private space in the house. And then the question of whether or not they're going to go on social media, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. My guess is social media is going to be very different by that point in time.
How do you think it'll be different?
Well, I look at TikTok right now, which is probably the fastest growing social media platform.
By the way, don't wear a skin-colored sweatshirt with your hood down. It looks like a foreskin. You look like a penis with a hat on.
I see a massive regulatory battle on the horizon for a company like TikTok that is powered by ByteDance, which is one of the most powerful AI engines in the world in China.
Yeah.
And I think about if I'm China and I want to create a problem in that area of the world, specifically a naval problem in that area of the world, in the South China Sea, I would probably want to utilize TikTok in order to influence the minds of Americans in a anti-U.S. propaganda, anti-Taiwanese
Is
propaganda.
this career ending for him?
I don't know. He tried to go after pedophiles before. Remember that? He was trying to crack open the child trafficking stuff, too. He's been on top of it for a while.
Well, that no one's going to get mad at. But to say that China is infiltrating us via TikTok and making anti-American propaganda, that's a very conservative thing to say. He's probably got enough money.
Yeah, from that commercial, the pop chip commercial, dude.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
In order to make any kind of war from the United States extraordinarily unpopular in order to defend the South China Sea.
Yeah, there's all sorts of ways they can manipulate our media and what our people think. That's right.
And I think that most people believe that there is media manipulation happening and misinformation campaigns happening, just not through their sources. And I think that that's wrong. And I think we're about to face a reckoning in that particular domain that is going to probably change what social media looks like in the future, because it's my sense as a fervent American is that it's.
Isn't a fervent American the same as a Western chauvinist? Just less countries?
Synonym.
Yeah. Why is that such a sin?